page 354, number 113. Again, reason we picked this one is it's got limits on it, and we didn't do any with limits yesterday for notes. What do you want U to be? What do you think? 3 over x, which is 3x to the negative 1, if that makes things a little easier to take a derivative. Du would then be negative 3x to the negative 2, or negative 3 over x squared. So that's a good thing. You good with that, Dia? That's the look that says you're not good with that.
Well, you have to add.
What do I need to do?
You have a -1 and -2.
Because I took a derivative.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was like.
It's okay. That's the concern this whole semester is, wait a minute, which way am I going with the power rules? If I'm taking a derivative, I'm going down in power. If I'm taking an integral, I'm going up in power. So negative 3 over x squared, almost have that, so we'll put a negative 3 in there, and then a negative 1/3 out front. So now I've got e to the u du. Again, with the limits, you guys are like split half and half on how you do this. Some of you stick with the u limits, others of you put the x stuff back in and go back to the x limits. And it's fine either way, just make sure you're careful on which way you're going. I originally taught it switching the limits to u, so I'm going to stick with that. So the top limit, if I plug in 3 over 3 is 1. And if I plug in the bottom limit, 3 over 1 is 3. So to further add to the confusion, when we switch limits, all it does is the 1 and the 3 kind of trade places. All right, antiderivative of e to the u du. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Do you want to leave this or do you want to switch it? It's up to you. And why would we want to switch it? Yeah, so if you want to make sure you're going from 1 to 3 and put a negative on it, you can. If you want to leave it like this, it's fine. You still just do the top one minus the bottom one, and a negative might show up on its own. So this is one of those places where if it bothers you that it seems like they're out of order, then switch them and put a negative on there. If you just want to say, who cares, I'll just do top minus bottom, that works as well. I think I've switched it a bunch of times, so I'm just going to leave it this time. Antiderivative of e to the u is e to the u. From 3 to 1 with the 1/3. Tierney?
What happened to the negative on the 1/3?
Whoops, thank you. It's still there, of course. Which means now I probably would have rather have switched it because I could have used that negative to flip it, and then everything would have been right. Right? This would be positive, and the order would be switched. But oh well, it works out either way. So negative 1/3, e to the first minus e cubed. And that's a safe stop. We could leave it alone. If we had switched it, we'd end up with 1/3 e cubed minus e to the first, which is the same thing. So either way. Let's work 115, and then we'll move on to today's stuff, because 115 ends up being a... Did we omit 115? We sure did. 117 looks pretty straightforward. Then let's stop there.